Delighted to be joined today by Isabel Aguilera. Hi, Isabel. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing all right, thank you. Tell me, how have the frontiers between different industries faded over time, and what are the new realities that businesses are facing as we go forward?
Frontiers are now being redefined because of the rise of technology, because the different assets that now we are considering more valuable than ever before, like for instance, data. And also because there are new different models and new ways of competing. So all these mean that there is a different consideration of what an industry is. So that means that the competition is between ecosystems, and the name of the game is who is able to create more value for end users and consumers. So it's not a question of this is mine, this is what I was supposed to do. That's the past. Now is how can I add more value? And then you start perhaps making something different, a different service, or you make an alliance with somebody else that is offering a niche product or service or something complementary to your own offer. So that's the way that things are moving nowadays.
So taking that on board then, how do leaders get the best out of their employees and their teams kind of in this new reality we're in?
Well, that's the magic question, There is no magic formulas, but of course you need to attract the best people, and attracting the best people is something that has to do with rising the bar. So that means that you are not attracting the best talent if you say that something is going to be easy, if something is going to be like run, I think you get the best people when you say, only with you we can achieve this challenge. So challenge on one hand, and second, and this is more difficult, is to warranty success in that challenge. And even more, having fun while you are succeeding. So that's the magic combination: challenge, success, and fun. And how do you get success? Well, you get success surrounding that talent, that pool of employees, with other talented people, because that's something that you like to be among the best and get the best out of you. And then, of course, offering the right tools, the latest technologies, for instance, the right training, because they are experts, or we are all experts in the past, but we are creating future. So we need to be in a constant update of our knowledge and our capabilities and what is new. So it is more talented people, more tools, more training, the right purpose, because if you have not a purpose today, you will not get the best out of any. The right purpose and the right set of goals and metrics, and delivering constant feedback, because new generations want constant feedback.
Does therefore the culture naturally evolve from that? Is it driven by the employees, or kind of are the leaders responsible for driving forward the workplace culture?
I think that is a combination. I think you cannot expect that somebody else will fix the culture. Everyone is contributing to the culture. And the culture is what is remaining in a workplace when nobody is looking at it. So it's something that remains there and is evolving every day. And it has to do with the way you interact with other people, the way you communicate with customers, the way you communicate to market, the way you communicate with your alliance. It's something that has to do with which is the purpose of the and the mission of the company, and how you are behaving in getting those goals. I mean, it's the how, and it's how you can contribute to get the results without disregarding the process, the journey to get them. And I think that it's a cooperation between the leader and the employees. And the leader needs to be very careful because everybody's watching. Him or her is watched, and his or her personality flows through the organization. And that's something that is more risky, and that's something that gets a bigger, perhaps a higher responsibility. but it's a teamwork.
Mm.
Everybody is responsible for creating the right atmosphere, the right culture, and the right representation of what the company does. Because, everybody is now at exposure. Everybody is now under scrutiny of end users and customers.
Yeah.
And social networks are just highlighting the little things, the detail is very important. And as always, the devil has always been on the details. So all that contributing to create the right workplace.
So let me take you on. You've got the culture. And we're now in this world where it's almost accepted that we need, as individuals and as companies, to innovate, to change how we're doing, be creative in order to survive. How within that culture to build in the element of taking risks? And when I say taking risks, I mean trying stuff and making mistakes and it not be seen as a negative.
First of all, I think we need to define a risk framework. And inside that framework, we need to allow people to make mistakes and to deliver constant feedback to avoid them to make continuous mistakes and celebrate both success and mistakes. And I think that it's a question of monitoring through technology, through experience, how things are evolving, because it's very easy to say, let's be risk takers, but nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to be part of a team that is continually, that is failing on a continuous basis. So we need to balance successes and failures. And that is something that is a responsibility of the leader, because we need to define a road and set some milestones and celebrate the successes in milestones as well, and let's take a risk. And for the sake of taking risk, we also need to allow people to express themselves and to have time to dedicate to the new task, because if you want people to be creative, to take risk, but they are fully loaded, they will never take any risk of failure. They will never take any time to think about how doing things in a different way. So it is a combination of tools that allow people to take risk in a controlled way, but you will never have 100% of the control.
We've talked about employees and leaders, sort of talent of the organization. We've talked about how we've got to be innovative, and you mentioned their technology. What are the key trends you're seeing which combine those three areas at the moment?
Well, technology, innovation, and talent is a winning combination. It's a winning team, And I think the next steps have to do with artificial intelligence and have to do with virtual reality. I expect a lot from both. And I think that we need to apply artificial intelligence to make our lives not only longer, that is already feasible. It's how to make our lives better. So, and that is coming from artificial intelligence and for applications, different applications of virtual reality. And I think that this is just the beginning. I think that we will see new technologies. We will see how all this will develop in a faster way, in a faster pace, but also the whole mankind accessing to all the advantages of the first developed world. We have the duty of doing all this evolution for all mankind. So those are the three challenges, how to make our lives better, how to make our brains even more cooperative and more open to collaboration, and how to, together with those two things, to make that available for the whole mankind, for everybody, for all population, even for the poor people. I think we can't afford having rich world and poor world. We need to create energy for everybody. We need to take care of the climate change for everybody. We need to increase the access of information for everybody. And only with that cooperation, that's we will get the best of the technology that is available today and the one that is coming.
Obviously, over the last couple of years, we've seen this massive digitalization of the workplace. I mean, especially with the pandemic and everything that's gone on, but very much over the last 2 years, we've seen it ramping up. Where does empathy lie in this? Where does creativity and especially where does ethics lie in today's digital climate?
Well, that's a very good question. I think that now that we have demonstrated that everything that could be digitized is digitized, and everything that we can imagine to be digitized will be digitized very soon. I think that all those capabilities that cannot be digitized, while they are not being digitized, are becoming more relevant than ever before, because those ones are going to be the ones for which we are going to be employed. I mean, if we want to have a work in the future, we need to develop those capabilities. Everything else will be done by technology, will be done by kind of robots. You know, we need to be experts in those qualities that make us human: compassion, empathy, creativity, ethics. All those capabilities are the ones that are going to be our reason to work.
Isabel Aguilera, thank you so much indeed for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and some really thought-provoking insights there.
Thank you very much, Nick. See you
No
next
worries. Bye. See you next time.